Hey everyone, it's Kayla Coleman, the Chief Operating Officer of the Tyler Miller team, and I am here with another Agent Spotlight. Today I have the beautiful Lauren Cottrill with me.
It. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I've been anticipating having you, and I know I asked you a few weeks ago, and then you were like, no, I have some other things coming, so I want to wait. And I was like, okay, fine, we can wait.
We got this.
But we got it now.
Yes.
How's your day going?
It's going good. It's just starting.
Just starting.
Yeah, I'm coming off of a 18-hour day yesterday.
Oh.
So a little slower morning, but I have a big day, so it's good.
What's in your smoothie?
It's not a smoothie.
Oh.
It's actually one of those like fitness powder drinks. Like
That's
I just
okay.
put it in there because I didn't take time for breakfast. And if I don't take time for food, I can't think.
And then you'll be hangry, and that's not good.
No one likes a hangry Lauren.
Well, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on here with me.
We didn't ask how your day is going.
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm tired,
Yeah.
but I'm good. Yeah, we have a busy week here, just work and personal, so it's one of those weeks, but we're going to get through it.
I think.
We're going to get through it. It's almost done. I mean, we don't want to look for the end, but it's almost done. So
Goals.
You've had a busy 30 days. I mean, you're always busy, but the last 30 days, you've been super busy. So we're going to talk a little bit through it. So you've had 6 buyer meetings.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Where did they come from?
Where did they come from? What are you doing? Talk me through it.
Talk you through it. I guess it's just staying focused and putting in the work. Not just for one day, for multiple months.
Yep.
Maybe even a year.
Yeah.
So they just come out of nowhere. You know, it's on the buyer's timeline, sellers or buyers. It's on their timeline.
Yep.
So staying in front of people and just forming relationships, and then they eventually come around and say, "Hey, I'm seeing your content. I'm seeing what's going on in the market. Let's talk about it."
Yeah.
And then we figure out that now's a good time to get a strategy, like a plan in place. And yeah.
Then you roll with it.
2 of those 6 turned into accepted. You maybe are getting
Yep, we're going to get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, all right, I'll stop.
No, you can talk about it. But no, like I call you the queen of the long game because you understand that it's a long game and hold on to those people. Like you might have more people in your database than other people on the team because you know if you just stay in front of them, whether it's information about the market or whatever it might be, you know that they're going to come around to you because you know that you've done your job and provided value for them.
For sure. And I don't take no very easily.
No,
too.
you
And that's
don't.
part of a long game too, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're telling me no right now, but it might not be no tomorrow.
Yep.
Things
a lot of people
change.
hear no and they're like, and they hang up the phone. Where if you hear no, you're like, well, tell me more.
Yeah.
Like,
And did you just hang up on me? Oh my goodness. It was on me. Let's talk about this.
I love that because you're like, they hung up on me. And I'll be like, call them back. Hey, I think we got disconnected.
I'm not taking this personal, but let me tell you something. Give me a second.
I love it because like we used to have to force you to make phone calls.
What was the word that I got? We got to go to Tyler about this. We should have been
The
prepared.
word.
On my award.
Oh.
Phonophobia.
Oh,
something
yeah. It's
or
like
other.
the fear of the phone, whatever that word is. Yeah. But we're over
We've
it.
buried that.
You've buried it. You crush it on call nights. And so that's all that matters.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to some of your buyers, but you also have met with 5 different business partners. So tell me about a little bit about those people.
Right.
Where you're finding them, what you're trying to do in those meetings.
Yeah.
Kind of go from there.
I've been trying to, so being a realtor, I've come to find out we're kind of all over the place. Like,
Some more than others.
I'm trying to meet with so many people. There's so many business partners that you can meet with, right?
I know.
So I've been trying to be a little more strategic with it.
Yeah.
And for this, recently I have been kind of meeting with my business partners when I can do more than one thing of just sitting and meeting with the business partner. So kind of strategizing. I don't know where I can focus in with this, but just staying connected with them as well, and then building on those relationships and moving them into open houses. Like doing a business meeting in an open house.
Right.
How many birds am I killing? Should I be saying that? Birds I'm killing in one?
That's fine. You're killing
You know
all
what?
the birds with one stone.
Yeah. So I'm meeting buyers, introducing them with my business partners, you
Right.
know, and then also setting a game plan up for future
Yeah.
within that. So we have so much to do.
And like, I feel like when you meet people like for a business partner meeting, like you talk about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like empty promises, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to do this for these people. But then if they come and they get to like meet you at an open house and talk through it at an open house, they can actually see you in action. Like if somebody comes in like, holy Hannah, you actually, one, know what you're talking about, and two, you're super informative. So yeah, if I have a random lead come over, I'm going to send it your way.
Exactly. Like action taking within my business partner meetings. So,
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't hear a lot of people doing that. Like a lot of times it's over coffee or lunch. So like doing it in that sense is a little different.
And I did lots of that at the beginning, and I figured out like meeting with them while I'm in action, they can see like the true Lauren, because I get in my head.
Right.
I mean, I was scared of
you
the
leave a
freaking
coffee
phone.
meeting and you're like, do you actually like me, or are you just like saying it?
Yeah. Yep. And then also like setting appointments, like treating my business partners as I do my buyers and sellers. So like, when are we meeting next? What's the game plan with you? Because I'm not going to drop you if I like you.
If you like them.
Ooh.
If you like them and if it's a good fit.
If it's a good fit.
It has to be a good fit. You can't force shitty relationships in this business.
Yeah.
You just can't.
And please don't take that as I have anybody that I've met that's shitty. Like it's nothing.
No.
I'm like, oh, don't like quote me. I've met amazing people and I try to stay in contact with everybody.
But you're not a good fit with everybody. And it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same here, right? Like some people don't mesh as great together. We all get along, but some people just don't mesh as well together.
Yep.
Same with buyers and sellers. One buyer could reach out to you and they might have a better relationship or conversation with a different agent on our team, and that's okay.
Yep.
Like at least we're still helping them, and that's what we all care about.
Yep, for sure. Connecting and then those business meetings turn into more business meetings because you vibe and you can keep it rolling.
I love it. I love it. Okay, you've had 2 accepted offers as well.
Yeah.
Tell me the story behind the buyers. If whatever you want to feel free to tell, you know, where you met them, how long you've been kind of in contact with them, and the story to the happy ending.
Yeah, it kind of connects with those buyers meetings. Some of those are when you're meeting with someone, it might not be immediate.
Yep.
It could be that long term, but at least we're meeting each other in person. It's not just over the phone.
Right.
So a couple of those meetings turned into a very quick process. It was like, here, let me tell you about the market we're in right now. Tell me about you. I need to know how I can help you best, and lead those conversations and showings and get the process going sooner than later. Some people think that they don't need to plan too much and you can just go pop in a house and you're going to find the one. There's strategy behind it.
Yep.
So 2 of those people, I met with them. We got in houses instantly, and then we got under contract within the 30 days.
Yeah.
So
there's some of the long game and there's some of the short game. And I think it had to do a lot with like the rates at the time of the year. There wasn't a lot of people looking. So it's not that you got lucky. It was just the timing worked out for everybody at that point.
Yeah. Just building those relationships over the phone, finally getting in front of someone and saying, hey, let's really talk about this. I feel like people open up to you a little bit more when you do those buyers meetings, and then you can really like give them what they need. Yeah. That's the biggest thing, is just connecting so that they'll give me the time of day. So 2 accepted offers. We were in multiples with one.
Wow.
Didn't want to be. The clients, that was another thing, that when I got to know what they were looking for, they didn't want to be in competition. So they were holding out. Yep. And it's like, let me help you navigate. Let me give you the reassurance that I can do this for you.
Right.
It's not on you.
So did they want to pull when they found out you were in multiples?
No, because no, I think I just reiterated that we got this. And what we can do if you want to do it. Yeah. This is what we can do.
So how'd you win in the multiple offer? What do you think stood out about you or your process that maybe made you win, or was it all terms?
I kindly was told, it's so nice when listing agents give you a little feedback on why you got accepted. And that agent was kind enough to tell me that it looked like I had most of my I shouldn't say most. He said, you have your thing. It looks like you have all of your things in place.
Oh, this is the agent that texted you right after you got the offer accepted, right? Yeah. Okay.
And when we were in, it was kind of one of those situations where in multiples, I'm going to deliver this to the sellers, but you have provided me a very clean, neat offer along with terms that weren't necessarily what they were looking for.
Right.
But being able to lead that listing agent to deliver my offer to his sellers in the way I wanted him to, because we're the obvious choice.
We are. And I think that's the thing, like a lot of people that are listing agents, they think they have to be cold and harsh and be like, nope, don't want to share that, don't want to tell you any of that. And it's like, you can tell us anything.
Yeah.
As long as you have permission from your seller, but giving feedback on why they chose you, or maybe even if you lost in that scenario, why your offer didn't win is huge, you know?
Huge.
Like
for future.
It's future, so you know what's going on in that market in the area, because if your buyer did lose out on that offer, they're probably still going to be looking in the neighborhood with all of these other buyers that lost. So like telling you where you might have been able to do better.
Yep.
I mean, and it varies by seller and listing agent, but it could help.
The day we were on a route of a bunch of showings for this specific buyer, we saw the same buyers after us and before us for the showings. We're like, oh, hi, it's you guys again. So we could, we don't know too much. It's just letting the listing agent know we're a team. Like if we're going to work together and get to the closing table, we're a team.
Yeah.
And I want to reassure you that's how I run my business.
I think it's perfect. Everybody should run it that way.
Yeah.
We're all working for the common good of getting everything to closing. We don't need to be petty. We don't need to be rude. We don't need to. There's people that are mean out there, and it's like we don't need to go there.
Well, it's quite obvious. I'm working for my buyer, and you're working for your seller.
Yep.
So like confidentiality for sure, but how are we going to come together and make this magic to closing table? So quick closings too. Anyways.
I love it.
I can keep going. I love talking about all this.
So one thing that I have been thinking about lately when I was anticipating having you on the podcast, I don't think I know the reason that you made the jump from bartending to real estate.
Yeah.
So you bartended for how many years?
Since I think I was 18, like when you could, the managers were pushing me to move out of my comfortable position as a leader in this
dining room.
The dining room.
Yeah.
I forget what they called it at the time, but he wanted me to be a bartender. I'm like,
I can't even drink. Like, you expect me to mix drinks for people?
Right.
I can't drink legally, but you want me to mix drinks?
Right. I'm like, I don't know any of that stuff over there. That gin, rum, tequila. What? I can't do that.
Did you go to bartending school, or did you just kind of train at the restaurant?
TGI Fridays has a really good training system.
Okay.
The best of all.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't have to go to bartending school, which sold me a little bit more because I was kind of anti-college even. I didn't.
Well, right.
I saw dollar signs.
And you're like, why do I need to go to school to pour drinks? Like, no.
Yeah. So that worked out well. So I think I started around 18 and then worked in the bar all the way through I lose track of time, Kayla. I'd have to think hard about it. But yeah.
You just turned 33,
I think. See, I don't even know how old.
33, so you were bartending for 15 years?
Yeah, somewhere around there, yep.
So why'd you leave it?
Because I had a baby boy.
Yes.
And COVID hit too right around that time.
Oh, I suppose.
So it was just it just worked perfectly where I loved bartending. It was a fit. Once I got through all my doubt and same thing, You know the
had
typical,
that there too?
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
so
relate
crazy.
them for sure. So I loved it. But, yeah, I just couldn't stay up late till like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I worked
and then
very
get up
hard.
in the morning with your son. And
My body, not only was I like physically, I was physically and mentally drained,
Yeah.
So a 2-hour time of rest was not enough to like be ready.
No.
So
No. Take care of Wesley and then try and get back to the bar at night.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I knew what I wanted. I knew my expectations of a mom to him were, and I saw it not being able to mesh.
Yeah.
So COVID then hit, and I'm like, all right, this is what I'm doing. I got to do something.
Yep.
So I had plenty of time to do my schooling.
Okay. Oh, so you did your schooling during COVID?
During COVID, yeah.
Okay. So, but what made you choose real estate versus, did you always have kind of an itch to get into it, or?
Yeah, and I had a couple friends like telling me they were in the industry and saying you would be a really great fit for the real estate industry, and I'm like, all right, if I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
I got to know I got to know what it looked like.
Yeah.
And I wanted to try it out, and yeah.
And you're killing it.
Yeah. It's a good fit.
It is.
It's for sure a good fit.
It's good, and I think that's where it might be hard for you. Like the whole phone thing was a transition because you're used to just being face to face with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're serving people right in front of you, left and right, and it's
Body language,
yeah,
all the things.
And so if you're trying to tell it over the phone,
I can't see that, and it makes me
and people's tones and on the phone and whatever.
Yeah, the growth from going from bartending to here, like I'm just a bigger, better person all around, and I've learned so much about myself,
about yourself,
and how
about
I
the
can grow.
industry, and everything. You've learned a ton in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Did that answer the question? I get a rabbit trail.
No, you're good.
You gotta keep me on track.
No, you're good. I always do like a little fun segment to break it up. I think Tyler did this too when you did one with him. But I've done different things with different people. So for you, I'm doing this or that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you two things, and you need to tell me which one, and you can explain a little bit why. I'm going to start off strong.
A little bit.
No, I don't care. We have time. We're good. Elderberry or fermented garlic?
Wow. How did you come up with that? You are good. What a good one. That is hard.
I know. You have to pick.
How did you know those were my two fave?
Well, I knew you liked, you do garlic like every morning, right?
Not every morning.
Oh, my sister.
Let's not get crazy.
Okay. You do it often. And I feel like elderberry kind of falls in that same wheelhouse of crunchy.
I love that word.
What I
crunchy.
mean.
That's so funny. Okay, elderberry. I have elderberry kombucha.
Kombucha?
Okay, wait. I don't ever say it right because I don't like that word. Kombucha.
Kombucha?
Yes. I have that in my fridge. It's a staple. Elderberry.
So you drink one every day?
I drink kombucha quite often, and I love.
Okay, but which one?
Oh, it's so.
You
hard.
had to pick one or the other.
Elderberry.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't ever hear you talk about elderberry, so I was going to think
shocked.
you're going to pick fermented garlic.
That is awesome.
Okay. Daycare or school?
Ooh. Another good one, Kayla.
I know. I was on a roll this morning.
Get me thinking here. School.
Yeah. Why?
Because he loved daycare though too. I don't know.
It's not about him though. I mean, it could be about him, but it's, what is better with like your life, with like what you're doing.
But it is about him because if he's happy, like if he's happy and thriving and learning,
absolutely.
Then it's about. I know then it's about me, right?
Yeah.
So I'd pick school because he's learning so much. And he did at daycare. It was a different stage of his life, but I think I get more excited about school because it's like a longer term,
He's there long, and he's in it for the long run.
He's not there for longer. That's the downside of why
he's not there for he's not there for like long term during the day, but like long term longevity.
Yep.
He's at school longer.
Yeah. So complicated. Those are some good questions, Kayla.
I feel like I did the deep ones first. Bartending or realtor?
Realtor.
Why?
Without a doubt. Because there's just so much more. There's the growth mindset that I have.
Yeah.
Bartending, another reason why it was the end. I knew it was the end. I had to figure something else out because I was where I couldn't move from there.
Yeah.
I did not want to be a manager.
You were capped out on what you were going to make or whatever. I mean.
Yeah. And it's not even necessarily about like the money because the money was so easy.
Yeah.
I definitely took for granted. Like I didn't know how easy and good I had it.
Yep.
I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Real estate because there's so much growth. Like the sky is the limit in this industry, and I love that.
Yep.
And I love that I'm helping other people.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest and best is I'm
Where when you're
helping-
bartending, you're almost hurting people.
Right, exactly.
Like
It was
you're not, but you are.
Yeah,
like
it was like I see so much in you, and you just want to drink your life away, and that's not everybody.
no,
like
absolutely
but
not.
that killed me.
But I'm sure you had regulars that came in, and you're like, come on,
Yeah.
like go home.
Yes.
Like what are you doing?
Yes. So investing in real estate and buying, like you're helping someone make a home,
Yeah.
or move into something that helps them build up. The sky is the limit.
I love
Just
it.
Keep it there.
Okay. Snow or rain?
Snow or rain? Ooh, snow.
Yeah.
I
We
bet you
need
not.
snow.
Are you snow too?
Yeah, I think so. I hate driving in the rain. Like
So, ice fishing over fishing in, how do we say this?
open water.
Open water.
I like ice fishing better. I don't really open water fish.
I love it.
And that's where me and my like best friend vary.
Yeah.
Because she loves open water fishing.
Mhm.
But when it's warm out, I want to be in the water.
Yeah.
Ice
I can see
fishing, like I
I
don't know.
like both. I don't know which one I would pick. But yeah, snow.
Snow. Yeah,
It's pretty.
I love it. I think I have like really bad like night vision. My night vision has gotten really terrible. So like if it's nighttime and it's raining, I'm screwed. Like I can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can't ever see like the lanes, the lines, none of
It
it.
all blurs together.
If there's snow, you can at least follow someone else's tire tracks, you know?
Yes. Depending. But yeah, snow and yeah, rain. I do like rainy days though. It's a day that we can all, the world
Curl
kind of
up.
settles down a little bit.
I also love with the snow how quiet it gets outside. Like the snow like dampens all the noises.
Mm-hmm.
We need a good snowfall.
I'm ready.
I'm so ready. Road trip or a flying trip?
Road trip.
Really?
I can't even believe I had to
Well, because I know you just went on like your road trip. I mean, it was like over a year ago now with Wesley.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. I was like, has he been on a plane?
Nope.
Oh. Are we gonna make that a thing in 2024?
It's something that's a goal.
Okay.
That is a goal because we can't road trip everywhere. Just him and I.
Just you two. No, if you had like somebody else with you, it'd be easier. But.
Yep. And when we did the road trip
Yeah.
down to Alabama, it was like close to a 20-hour trip.
Oh.
Him and I, but we went with my uncle, my family. My
Yep. It was your uncle. I couldn't remember who it was.
Yep. And super. It was just fun seeing the scenery and different. I always think like these people live in this state. This is their normal, and wow, is it different? It's kind of cool.
It is. Like anywhere that you go, it's like I always find myself like on vacations, it's like, oh, I want to move here. And then it's like, if I moved here, would I think it's not as special anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
Does it feel like home?
yeah.
Does it give you that same
Like South
feeling?
Dakota, like Western South Dakota, like it's so beautiful out there. And I'm like, would I love it as much?
Did you like that road trip, by the way?
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
Cool.
Like it was a lot of driving, don't get me wrong, but it was so beautiful. And then after the elevation sickness stuff and all of that. But yeah, there's so many people my age that are traveling internationally right now.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, yeah, but like there's so much here that I haven't got to see.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like we'll always be, I love flying, don't get me wrong. I love flying into a place and whatever, but I love being able to just pack up my car with everything that I need and not having to worry about getting it under a certain weight or whatever like that.
And the crowds too. I think that gets to me a little bit
Yeah.
in the airlines. It's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable. You're at the mercy of other people.
Exactly.
But you get to see so much more when you're road tripping.
Right.
Like, oh, hey, we're going to stop here because of whatever. Like, we stopped in a town and I was like, hey, there's a rodeo in town tonight. You want to go? And it's like, yeah, like, let's do it, you know? But,
Super fun.
oh, it's so beautiful out that
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
I think about it a lot.
I haven't gone there.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so we went to, I'll fill people in. So we went out to South Dakota. We did Deadwood because we went out there a few years ago and there happened to be this Oktoberfest thing and it was really cool. And then we continued out through Wyoming and we went to the west side of Wyoming to Jackson Hole and Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of driving. I mean, it's like 9 hours to Deadwood and then it's like 9 hours to Jackson.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And then the drive home, we came up through Montana and North Dakota to come home. So we kind of did like a big
Yep.
loop-de-loop. But the last day we drove home, it was like 13 hours.
I was gonna say at least you broke it up,
Mm-hmm.
and
Except for that last day.
And then that last day coming back.
Because it was like, there's nothing we need to see in North Dakota. Like, I did try and get Tommy to stop in Fargo. We got to Fargo, and I was like, can we please just get a hotel for the night? Like, I'm sick of looking out the windshield. And I can't drive at night. So it was like, I drive until the sun goes down, and then Tom takes her. I can drive at night. I just choose not to. But I just get nervous about deer and elk or anything like that. So we made it home, but it was a long trip. But it was fun.
A memory you'll never forget.
A memory I'll never forget. I should get the pictures back soon. I'm hoping from our photo shoot we did out there. So that'll be beautiful.
I love following you along that journey too.
It's so fun. I know. Like, there's so many other. And one thing that we were like worried the government was going to shut down, because the government was like going through like signing a bill right around when we were out there, and the national parks would have been closed because they're considered like federal parks. Mm-hmm. But so we were like, okay, do we just go and risk it if they close? Or we were thinking about going south and going to Utah, to go like Moab and Arches National Park and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we're just going to pay to keep our parks open. Like, we'll figure it out later. And I was like, okay, so if all else fails, we just turn left and go south versus going north. Yeah. So, but it was really cool.
Very interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I had. I just had 5 of those. But then I wanted to ask you a few other things. So, obviously, when you decided to become a realtor, lost I was like talking, and then it went poof, gone. You had options, because there's tons of places out there that you could have went to. Mm-hmm. So what maybe made you decide to come to the Tyler Miller team, and why you're kind of still here today?
So why did I choose EXP and the Tyler Miller team, or
whatever route you want to go with it? I was going to ask you questions about EXP too, but so if you kind of melded together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I first was looking, it started with the brokerage, to be honest. Like, that's just the way that...
Some people do it backwards, right? Like, some people are like, I'm going to go with this team. I don't care where they are. And some people are like, I want to go with this brokerage for sure. So that's interesting to know.
Yeah. Yeah. It started with picking the brokerage first. And I didn't know anything about anyone. But I just started somewhere and I used social media to figure out what would maybe be a good fit for me, because I feel like I'm quite analytical. Like, I like a lot of numbers, if it makes sense. Like, I need to make sure my numbers are correct. Like, don't get me wrong, but I can't make a decision without seeing those things.
Yes.
So I think that would consider me analytical.
Yeah.
Math was my best subject.
Me too.
But I couldn't do it. It's not here like another team member of mine that can just of ours.
We talked about that in I think I had him on 2 podcasts ago. And I'm like, so I know you have some numbers that you'd love to spew at me. Spill them.
Right.
Like, and he just...
I'm like, okay, we need to put this on a spreadsheet so I can see it and calculate and make sure.
Like, I need it in written form so I can read it 50 times and understand it in the one time you read it.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So anyways, the number, I knew that I would need to find the number, like make sure it worked. But the people, I wanted to surround myself with like-minded people, growth-minded. Yeah. And I just found a lot of that within EXP. Maybe other brokerages would be the same or a good fit, but I didn't see it via the avenue I chose, which was social media. So I was leaning to EXP. It was just kind of like that just makes sense for the way they have everything structured and presented. And then the Tyler Miller team came about. Tyler moved right as
you were looking at EXP.
Had been like getting licensed.
Got it. Okay, so I didn't know that. Like,
team leader, I knew I wanted to be on a team. He's all over social media. I need to meet this guy and see what he's about. Like, I need to be in front of him. I needed to meet him. And then I just knew it was like a good fit. Yeah. And I knew I wanted to be a part of something that, just like EXP, I loved that EXP it's continuing to grow.
Yep.
So I wanted to be a part of that and at the beginning and just to watch us all grow and evolve into big things. And same thing with the Tyler Miller team.
Yeah.
You know, and a good fit personally. So
I love it.
does that.
What was like when you met with Tyler, what was like the thing that stuck out the most, you think, that was like, yeah, I need to be with this guy? Like, was there like one thing, or was it just kind of everything?
It's definitely with me, everything, like in life. Like, it's not just one thing that catches, but if I could like pinpoint, I think his just like personality and openness to just listening and then telling me, like, helping guide me, like, you can do these things, we'll start here.
Yeah. Because everybody needs it a little bit differently, right? Some people you can throw the entire thing at them and they can run with it. And some people need a little bit more of we're going to start here. It's going to be baby steps and we're going to grow up to it. Because some people get overwhelmed easily by like, okay, go do all of this. Like, no.
Well, and I didn't come to him with, I actually asked him a question. I was like, why did you even take the time to meet someone like me who has nothing?
Right.
Like, what are you looking for? And I think he just saw growth minds. I think, I don't remember exactly what he said.
We'll meet with anybody, right? Like, if somebody reaches out and they want to know about us or a thing, like, we'll meet with anybody. Yeah. But again, it has to be a right fit for everybody. And if it's not a good fit, then for even just one person, it's not a good fit. Right. Like, if Tyler and I meet with somebody and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it, or XYZ makes me nervous or whatever, then it's a no. Like, it's just, because if one of us has a feeling, it's not gonna work. You know, we just have a good intuition.
I was about to say, you just kind of know.
Yeah.
Because I wear my emotions on like, I'm a very emotional, like, no, I don't come into the office bawling and bring my outside shit in, but how
you're feeling.
I'm feeling without me saying it. I wear my heart. Is that wearing your heart on your sleeve?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit.
You just kind of, I came and I was just real, and I was like, this is where I'm at. This is who I am. I have nothing, and I need to be trained. But I'm ready to do this.
And you're killing it.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, thanks. It's exciting.
I love it.
Yeah. We're going into year 3. Can you believe it's already been 3 years?
No. When did you start?
November. I think I got licensed in November, the mid-November.
Of 2021?
Yes. Yep, 2021. And then by the time EXP got me in, like, the system and stuff, it was closer to, I think, Christmas-ish.
Wow.
Definitely had to work with holidays, and they did super good considering.
I remember that when you were, like, trying to get your, like, license finalized and stuff, you're, like, waiting on the state, and it was, like, just a pain.
It's been a super cool, awesome journey to look back to, like, because you guys were still getting yourselves into EXP2 moving over.
Yeah.
So we were all kind of just starting out, but I had the confidence that Tyler knew what he was doing, of course, and that
Don't give him all the credit. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Maybe I should have met with you.
No. No. You're fine. But I was just like, yeah, it was a big transition.
But yes, I know what you're putting down.
It was such a big transition, and I still don't know how I, one, survived it, and two...
Well, and he had you and all the systems in place, and that's what... It wasn't, I have this. Like, he didn't say me.
No.
It was, I knew that
we have systems. More. We still are making systems. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. Well, and it's like as soon as you get something ironed out and perfect... then it changes and you don't need that anymore.
Things are evolving.
So it's just like... Well,
your CRM is changing to a new... Okay, we won't bring that up. Moving on.
I hate CRMs. It's just so hard and people don't understand it. Like I was trying to explain it to Tommy. He's like, well, isn't it just easy? It works. And I was like... No, like it's basically like coding on the back end. And I don't know how to code.
Nope.
But I just follow the guidelines online and then the guides don't work. So like last week at one point in time, I had tech support up with Gmail, GoDaddy, and our CRM. And I'm talking to 3 different people at the same time.
And you're like, I don't even know the language to tell you what's wrong here.
No.
But it's so messed up.
Yeah. And
I can only imagine.
That was fun. But it's working now with one little wrinkle, but I think that's something else. So it's always something. You know, as soon as you think everything's perfect and working, something breaks.
Exactly. So
it's just the art of fixing it every time.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. Yes. So, well, thanks for coming on. That's all I have for you today.
Thank
We'll have you back
you.
on in a little while and
Yeah.
roll
It's
from
been
there.
fun. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will see you in a few weeks.